Hey everyone, so I have Dillon Baker on. I actually met Dillon on LinkedIn, and he's a mortgage loan officer that's in the space. Dillon, since my clients probably don't know who you are, can you give us some reasons why they should listen to this episode with you, if that's cool?
Yeah. So if I remember right, we met like 2 years ago, and it was you were with another company, our Storyblocks. I don't know if you're still with them.
Oh, you know,
it was for video.
remember you. What are the chances? Yeah, I actually
Dude,
do.
I was wondering if you knew me from when that happened, or like we've just stayed connected this whole time. But it was a completely different business model. We were both in different businesses, and now we're circling around in small world.
Yes. By the way, I started my own company. I do my own thing now. I'm not with that company anymore. So that's probably
That's so funny. That's so funny. But you were probably taking so many meetings at that time. And so I had a little bit about me. I had a marketing agency where I was helping all kinds of people, but a lot of stuff in the real estate world. And we were looking for some editors because we were just doing so much content back then. And so I'd come across Storyblocks. Someone had given me like your referral. And we were trying to make things come together, but it just like wasn't working at that particular time, mainly because I wanted to get out of the marketing agency world, and I didn't need editors for something I was trying to exit. But Dillon Baker, now a loan officer, came from the marketing world. I've had like 5 different lives. This is my 5th iteration in final form, hopefully. But so dad was a real estate investor, has about 40 to 50 properties. So I've been around real estate my entire life. He has commercial, residential. We spent the weekends basically remodeling all of his houses after they were destroyed or people just left them completely abandoned. And so I saw that my whole life. Dad was in construction, owned a construction company as well. And then also one of my best friends was a real estate agent. And so as we were doing the marketing agency, I saw the real estate side of things. And once I was getting out of the agency, one of our clients was a mortgage broker. And so it's called MJW Mortgage here in Indiana. And he was like, well, how about you just become the marketing director? We need a marketing director. And you just come and you do our marketing for a while until you figure out what is next in your entrepreneurial journey. And it took me maybe a month to figure out, like, I'm going to be a loan officer. I'm going to figure this part out. Because when you're on a salary, as an entrepreneur, it's like you're in handcuffs, like right off the bat. But then I'm helping all these guys, and I love the real estate world, and I'm seeing all these guys that are making my salary in like 2 months. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Using all the things that I'm giving them, like all the marketing tools and everything that we're doing. And so eventually I was like, yeah, I've got to get my license myself. And so eventually just took all of that, all those skills and tried to transfer them into my own business. And what I saw really was I have a marketing background. I'm good with the camera, was in production, film, worked on some movies, all that good stuff. But the loan officer world's relatively old. Maybe you could say. They are relatively old. And so a lot of the strategies are older, all the marketing techniques are a little bit older. I'm one of the younger guys kind of around my sphere. And so I'm like, I think there's a way that I can take all these skill sets that I had in my past life and bring it to an industry that needs some new flair to it. And that was my thesis, and we are working it out in real time.
I love that because I'm usually talking to like loan officers that have been in the business for a while, so marketing's way different. So I love that you have a fresh lens to this, and because like it's so fresh, what are you seeing? What are you having success with when you're trying to meet new agents and like actually get business from them than just meeting with them and then it's done, right? Like what are you doing right now for that?
Yeah, I think just with my particular background, I know what things that they care about, especially on the marketing sense, social media sense, personal branding, how they're getting clients. And so I feel like I'm really coming alongside of them as like a partner instead of just like kind of an order taker or someone who knows the business super duper well, but doesn't really have too much nuance or different angles that they could help people with their real business. Whether that's knowing how to market a house or how to negotiate a deal. I feel like I'm thinking like outside the box and thinking about what kind of events can we do? How can we shoot that? How can we really position you as like a thought leader or like help your personal brand when it comes to a real estate agent? And I'm trying to help them in that sense of like top top level marketing funnels for a first time homebuyer seminar where we pay for a dinner and we actually go out and rent a space and get like 30 people to come to this dinner, and then using all my marketing skills to get 30 people into that room. And so I just know how to do that. And then also what I'm trying to do, another thing that I've started is a young professional networking group. And so being that person that connects everyone, and then eventually as that loan officer perception, it's like they see you as someone who truly can like help their business rather than someone that's just always vying for their attention. You're another DM, you're not helping them at all. All you care about is, I want that referral, I want that referral. It's like, no, if you partner with me, I'm going to help your business by all kinds of different skill sets that I have, and I'm going to help you get clients rather than just always wanting your attention. And so I think that that's really spoke to them. I speak their language, and so a lot of I would say the older generation just doesn't understand kind of what the newer generations are going through when it comes to buying homes, or the ways that they communicate. For example, like I'll do like a custom presentation, a Zoom presentation with Canva for every single one of my clients, just to show them like truly like what is going on. And I have realtors come up to me all the time and say like, I've never seen anyone do that before. Like have a custom, really nice, well-presented presentation for each one of my clients. And then I'll have like video assets. So as they're going through the different parts of the process, like I'll have videos that I've made like preset almost. And then as they're going through each part of the process, they'll have another video that's explaining exactly what's happening. And again, like just older generations just don't know how to do that kind of stuff. And so it's like, when they pass off that baton to me, it's like they have this great marketing, they have these binders, these presentations, they make this great presentation to their clients, and then they hand it off, and it's just like this really old school, like dinosaur type of experience. And it's like, oh, I want to meet you where you're at. All the things that you've built them up so far, I want to continue that excellence and that customer experience with them. That way it's not a huge drop off in experience, but they keep that the whole way through. And I think real estate agents have really appreciated that.
I love that so much, because that's a side note. That's what I do for loan officers, is like with videos, set up like their loan milestones, get their realtor partners. So question based off of that to help the loan officers that are listening, especially for newer LOs. I feel like when a new loan officer gets into the business, they don't have as good of a chance of landing new realtor partners because they don't have deals to send them over to them. So to combat that, you do marketing stuff for your real estate agents, right? If you're a new or older loan officer, what are the top 3 things you could do from a marketing aspect? And you listed some of them to help build that relationship with a real estate agent.
Yeah, I would say definitely a personal brand. I've kind of gone back and forth on where to prioritize this, but a personal brand truly is important because I think it gets you off the starting block. And so, yeah, for me, because I'm younger in the industry and I had to like work for all those. There's a lot of people who had relationships beforehand. There were things that I needed to do to stick out to even get the meeting. And I would say that right now, the first thing anyone does, especially if you're a younger agent, and if you're an older LO that wants to get younger agents, is they do go look at your social media. And so if you're a ghost, it's really harsh to not have anything to represent your personality. And I even think more so, the more clients that come around, they check your social media too. And so I wouldn't say pour like a ton of money into it and a ton of effort, but I think a couple pillar pieces and some consistency of like good audio, some good visuals, so don't just look like you're filming off of your iPhone 6 or something with terrible audio. But it doesn't have to be crazy. It could just be right in your car. But as long as you could show your personality, you could show that you care about the market and what's going on, I think that agents go and look at your social media to make sure that they're going to vibe with you, because, I mean, there's 100 lenders contacting agents every single day. And so what I have gotten is like a lot of agents will like say like, I looked at your social media and I love it. You do great work. I love the podcast. I love when you talk about the market. You made a video on this thing. And that's the reason I took the meeting. Like because of your social media and because your branding, and I could tell that I would like you based off of what I saw on social media, and so that has got me out of the block. Like it doesn't really get you like actual referrals, and so you still have to do all the work. But I would say if you're DMing or trying to message agents and you're just not getting anything back, I would say maybe work on that personal brand to kind of get you off the starting block with them. And then also clients will go check out your social media and just make sure you're like cool, and if they want to stick with you, and I just think that's like the first thing that they do nowadays, and so that'll continue to be important. Other than your like Google ads or not Google ads, but your Google reviews. I think people just go to social media now and like, do I like this person? Do I want to work with this person? Do they know what they're talking about? So I'd say personal branding if you haven't started that. And then, yeah, what are some assets that you're already doing, that you already have in your repertoire, but trying to digitalize it and make it more of a client experience. And so if you do presentations, if you try to talk on the phone with all your clients about all these numbers and all these different situations, how can you make it? How can you make a presentation, a Canva presentation, some type of pamphlets or handbooks that can really help your client through the experience, like just digitally? With ChatGPT, like it doesn't take that long, whether it's newsletters or blogs or creating a website, like all of these things that it's you, but you're just presenting them digitally. How do you do that? And I would say with all this AI stuff, it's not that hard to do to create some of these assets, but there are already things that you explain, there are already things that you do, knowledge that you already have in your head, you're just putting it somewhere for your clients to actually use.
Okay, thanks for all answering all that. That was awesome. I'm really excited for you and like your future. So I got into mortgage 10 years ago. I should have became a loan officer 10 years ago because then like COVID happened and everything. But I genuinely like love working with LOs. It's everything that like it's everything I want to do for the rest of my life, right? So I'm excited for you. Thanks for hopping on. It was good to see you again. And yeah, appreciate you hopping on, Dillon.